The Palestinian diaspora are formed of Palestinian-originated communities living outside the region of Palestine. History. The first large-scale emigration of Palestinian Christians out of Palestine began in the mid-19th century as a response to the oppression of Christians by the Ottoman Empire. In addition to the more than 700,000 Palestinian refugees of 1948, hundreds of thousands were also displaced in the 1967 Six-Day War. In fact, after 1967, a number of young Palestinian men were encouraged to migrate to South America. Together, these 1948 and 1967 refugees make up the majority of the Palestinian diaspora. Besides those displaced by war, others have emigrated overseas for various reasons such as work opportunity, education, religious persecution and persecution from Israeli authorities. In the decade following the 1967 war, for example, an average of 21,000 Palestinians per year were forced out of Israeli-controlled areas. The pattern of Palestinian flight continued during the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. Population. In the absence of a comprehensive census including all Palestinian diaspora populations and those that remained within the area once known as the Mandatory Palestine, exact population figures are difficult to determine. According to the Palestinian Central Bureau of Statistics, the number of Palestinians worldwide at the end of 2003 was 9.6 million, an increase of 800,000 since 2001. Robin Cohen in his book Global Diasporas, explains that for Palestinians, and others like Armenians, Jews, and some African populations, the term diaspora has acquired a more sinister and brutal meaning, signifying a collective trauma of banishment, where one dreamed of home but lived in exile. The issue of the Palestinian right of return has been of central importance to Palestinians and more broadly the Arab world since 1948. It is the dream of many in the Palestinian diaspora, and is present most strongly in Palestinian refugee camps. In the largest such camp in Lebanon, Ain al-Hilway, neighborhoods are named for the Galilee towns and villages from which the original refugees came, such as Arizona, Zeb, Safsaf and Hitton. Even though 97% of the camp's inhabitants have never seen the towns and villages their parents and grandparents left behind, most insist that the right of return is an inalienable right and one that they will never renounce. Population figures. The countries outside the Palestinian territories with significant Palestinian populations are Jordan 3,240,000, Israel 1,650,000, Syria 630,000, Chile 500,000, Lebanon 402,582. Saudi Arabia 280,245, Egypt 270,245, United States 255,000, Honduras 250,000, Mexico 120,000, Qatar 100,000, Germany 80,000, Kuwait 80,000, El Salvador 70,000, Brazil 59,000, Iraq 57,000, Yemen 55,000, Canada 50,975, Australia 45,000, Libya 44,000, United Kingdom 20,000, Peru 19,000, Denmark 15,000, Colombia 12,000, Pakistan 10,500, Netherlands 9,000, Sweden 7,000, Algeria 4,030. The majority of the estimated 100,000 Palestinians in the European Union are in the United Kingdom, Denmark, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, the Netherlands, Spain and Sweden. Outside the EU is Norway and Switzerland. Germany's capital Berlin has one of the largest Palestinian communities outside of the Middle East with about 30,000–40,000 people of Palestinian origin residing in the city.